And finally, controlling Gruff programmatically through HTTP. We had various customers that wanted to play with Gruff, but they didn't want end users to have to click nodes. They just wanted to build an application where you found a certain pattern in your database, and then you just tell Gruff to display that data. Yeah, and then you still can do whatever you want to do with the data on the screen. So here's how that works. You have Gruff up and running, yeah? And then you, well, let me just show you what we do. So I go to Global Options, Communications, and I say Start an HTTP server, and say I want to use port 8000. So now I have a server up and running, and then I can do various things. I can say, well, say I want to let's see here, keep the whole backspace. Oh yeah. Say I want to do this thing here. Yeah, I copy it, and let me make a very small window here. Here, this is okay. Here, this is the thing I want to do. Yeah, so now let me show Gruff. Yeah. So here we say localhost 8000 update layout redo is yes. Yes. So I'm using the browser to talk to Gruff, and I do this, and you see it was redoing the layout. Actually, if I can make it happen easily, I could also use the command lines and actually use curl to curl localhost colon 8000 update minus layout redo is yes. Okay, so this is what happens. And then I can do, say, find a store name, or I can do something much more complicated. I could say find a path from one point to another point. Yeah, so here you say localhost 8000 find path, and the first node would be a particular node. The second node would be this node here, and then you want to keep the old node. So this is pretty complicated. So if I say open a database called Graph2, and I think I have a layout for this. You remember that it was in temp? Yeah, okay. So here you see a part of a database with an ontology for the government and terrorists, etc., etc. So you will find, for example, you might have a coalition partner, and you might have something like economic stability in this particular graph. Then the command that I will have here would be take this whole guy here, make a copy, go back here, paste it in there, and then this, oh, okay, of course, then I have to first select all the predicates here. So select all the predicates, which you also can do with the, and so what you see here is that from an outside browser, I can get Gruff to do stuff. So we have a full interface, a full REST interface to Gruff. So if I, by the way, you always can find help in Gruff by hitting the letter F1. Yeah, and in this case, if you then would go to HTTP interface to Gruff, then you would see that you can open stores, query stores, lay out triples, find paths between nodes. You can change the colors, whatever you want. You can control almost anything in Gruff just through a straight HTTP interface. Okay, so that's about controlling Gruff programmatically through HTTP.